What? That little nugget of knowledge is not on our stream.
Far, wherever you are.
Ah!
You
We're just
wanna-
waiting on
Janelle.
Hekabe.
Apparently, he's getting a phone call
He's getting a very important phone call.
that she's ignoring.
Who do you think it's from?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Maybe it's from the husband.
Don't trust him.
Or the boyfriend.
So,
Ooh! Whoa.
Caledryn's super bored.
That got salacious.
What do you do with a drunken
so every
whaler?
night
What do you do
He's
with
just
a
trying to like
drunken sailor?
find people to play dice games and drink because it's boring out here on the
You're
caravan.
gonna play dice games and drink.
Yeah.
I would not play with Hekabe.
Neither would
Dice are
I.
loaded.
I'm going to
Loaded magic dice.
Mm-hmm.
keep being awesome and keeping everyone in a safe space.
Okay.
Thanks, Holt.
Keep an eye out for dangerous animals,
Outlaws.
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 Righting their wrongs.
Right in the outlaw wrongs of this here land.
Where did you get that catchphrase?
Did
Thrilling Adventure Hour.
They say,
Sparks, Nevada. Marshall on Mars.
yeah, he says righting the outlaw wrongs.
He does.
So it's not even your own catchphrase?
No, he made it up.
Holt.
He made it up by
are
stealing
there
it.
By stealing it.
Pardon me for being inspired
Yeah.
by an awesome character
That's
on an
all
awesome
right.
podcast
Well,
for
go-
my character.
Go with the
Jeez.
dragon slaying catchphrase. That's your own, right? Right?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
can you
mine.
grab-
That's
Okay,
all.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Take that coat
So at
off.
night we're kind of hanging out inside the circle of caravan.
Yeah.
Are there any guards here who have made the trek before?
There are a few.
What is the stretch of hills we're in right now? The
The stretch of hills you're in?
Troll
yeah,
claws.
the troll claws.
Yeah.
So Caledryn will just kind of ask some of the other guards like about the troll claws.
Is there a map of the Forgotten Realms?
Ah.
They have not too much to say about it. I mean, you speak with a few people. Let's see. There's as you're talking, you end up talking to a small group of guards, a woman who is from further south, who's never made the trip north, as well as a farmer from outside of Baldur's Gate, and you eventually end up talking to a dwarf named Eltkin, who seems more than a little proud of his many years of running this caravan route. He's like, I can tell you a bit about it. It's a milk run compared to the northern runs, but you can make good money at it. Troll claws, that's where you see the strange things.
What kind of things?
Trolls, for one. Rarely, but it happens. They usually don't like caravans. Too many people.
You get much bandits on this headed up to Waterdeep?
Some, usually out of the woods, sometimes hobgoblins.
Where can we expect trouble? Will we find it up to Waterdeep or once we pass through?
Find it here, and we'll find it a little further north between the great forests. In that stretch. Once we get north of Daggerford, though, we shouldn't expect anything bad.
Good to know.
That's settled land. Safe. Yeah. We'll get some respite up ahead.
What's the worst you've seen?
Worst I've seen.
Aye.
Giants.
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 Hill giants or bigger?
Just hill giants. 10 was
Seems plenty.
yeah, we barely made it out with our lives. Mostly by running.
You just took off with the wagons or leave the wagons behind?
Took off with the wagons. Yeah. They
Nasty
tend to get
creatures.
easily distracted, though, once they have a few things in front of them. Yeah. I could kill a giant, I think.
1-on-1?
No. Me and my boys, though. We could kill a giant.
Yeah. Just gotta dodge the rocks.
Yes. Well, dwarves are small targets.
Aye.
Hard to hit with a rock.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to anything.
That's how dwarves roll.
So those are the kinds of things he has to say. It's not too much useful information, but he gives you an idea of
what wagon is him and his little band?
him and his little band are guarding a couple wagons further up, which are carrying like furs.
Oh, what's his name again?
Eldkin. So
should we reintroduce ourselves?
Oh, we can, yeah. So if you're just
yeah.
tuning in or you tuned in while we were playing before, this is the Escapist. We are live streaming Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Hoard of the Dragon Queen adventure. I'm Jon Bolding, our tabletop editor, and I am the dungeon master of this little expedition. I have with me, as always, as it is every Thursday, Justin Clouse.
Hey everybody, I'm Justin Clouse. I'm the senior video editor here at the Escapist, and I am playing the very mercenary War Priest of Tempest, Caledryn the Hail.
I'm Janelle Bonanno, editor-in-chief of Gamefront, and I'm playing Hekabe, the Eldritch Knight, sometimes thief, now owner of a horse named Buttercup.
Sometimes thief, all times
Profiteer.
mostly just
Opportunist.
No, pyromaniac.
Oh, yeah, well.
Oh, now, yes. I'm Greg Tito. Hello, editor-in-chief of The Escapist. I'm playing Maro Footlights, a half-elf actor who can now insult people, make them die, and woo elven women.
Try to woo elven.
Well,
I don't think you're having
elven
much
women.
success. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Goodman,
Attempts to
video
woo
editor
elven
here at
women.
The Escapist. I'm playing Hoult, who's a ranger, who's a badass.
I'm writing.
Why is he a badass?
You'll
He's
have to
got the
see our
eyebrows.
show to find out exactly
Our
why.
show.
Holt the
sure.
Ranger is a badass. Should we call it just Holt the Ranger?
Because
Gotta come up with something better.
he rescued a monk from a camp full of
Yeah.
bad guys. That's why he's a badass.
It's true. He did.
I like,
Also
how,
in
I like how
play.
no one else here heard exactly what I just said. Why Holt's a badass? You all assumed it was the dragon story.
No,
Yeah,
we just-
wasn't it?
We're
Wasn't
just
the
gonna tune you out.
wasn't the part where I rescued the monk who was your friends, but I had to go save him because you guys didn't want to.
You were the most, sneaky.
Yeah,
out of
weren't
all
you
of us.
actually literally the best person for the job
Yeah.
and volunteered?
I did.
Okay, just
Wasn't that
making
me
sure we've got the
that
story
volunteered?
straight here.
Who came up with
Because
the-
I'm a badass.
That's true. Well, that'll be the
Oh.
sequel. We'll
Good.
We'll create that.
Good.
The Legend of Holt. Will
Legend of Holt.
continue.
Legend of Holt will continue.
Is this entertaining at all?
I don't know.
Do you think it's a good show? How's been the responses from the audience?
Have we added fire yet?
Of course we have.
They've been all right.
Yeah, are
Yeah.
people getting bored with it?
They're getting bored with the same show.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of getting to the point. Like when you added the fire, that was exciting, but now it's sort of
Well, Buttercup now is the dragon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on fire.
Basically, you're some television program that's on at like 3 a.m. when there's just nothing but infomercials and like the one thing, and you're just like, well, didn't really want to know this much about ants, but I guess I'll watch it.
All right then. We might have to.
Fuck yeah!
We're just gonna keep
I
it
mean,
going.
that's-
We're the ant show.
or it could be like
We're the ant
that
show.
that you think it's a TV show in like from the 80s or 90s you haven't seen, and the introduction just keeps going on and on and on. It starts
Too many
changing
clips?
genres, and the song stays the same, but it changes styles halfway through. And then there's a serial killer and a puppet, and then it goes into like Battlestar Galactica. And
I don't know what show you're describing, but this sounds awesome.
So
I'm sure you'll find a link eventually.
too many cooks.
the next day,
Yeah.
as you all come down the road, it starts to drizzle and then
Oh,
rain. And then a huge storm starts to roll in. So the decision is made to batten down the hatches, pull off to the side, get into some higher ground, and wait it out. What you do for 2 days
Good.
as it lashes down around you. No more than an hour at a time is the rain not falling.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep special eye on our friends to see what they do during this whole situation.
Okay. They seem to be perfectly happy to not in any way engage with anyone else in the caravan.
Hmm. Well, and I'm sure our boss is keeping us plenty busy, making sure her merchandise doesn't get wet.
She is. She's actually having you guys constantly tend to fires that she's using to make sure anything that gets wet is quickly dried back out. She's hustling you back and forth to be sure that this wood does not in any way get wet or stay wet if it does.
Yeah.
It has to be admitted that she has rather impressive series of tarps, covers, and buckets rigged up to keep not only water away from the woods themselves, but water away from puddling or pooling near the wheels of the wagons and causing mud to form down there.
She's quite the expert.
There's actually a bit of jealousy here, as you're the driest guards in the caravan because of this, right? She's got a large tent rigged up.
Everybody else is soaking wet.
Yeah, most everyone else is wet. So after a few days, the storm clears. It's in the night at some point. The storm starts to kind of clear away and finally goes away entirely. And as you wake up the next morning, there's kind of a hustle and bustle about the camp. There's people moving around. You hear a lot of conversations, a couple shouting matches kicking off. Who's the earliest riser among the four of you? Hoult is?
Probably
Okay,
Hoult.
So Hoult, you've been awake for about 15 or 20 minutes, I think, at this point, as the other people in the camp started to awaken. And you can see that swaths of the countryside around you, I mean, everywhere around you, has grown up with tiny black mushrooms.
Oh, God.
Well, that can't be good.
I mean, they're maybe the size and shape of like a champagne cork.
They definitely weren't here last night.
They were definitely not here last night.
Don't touch them.
I mean, the last time I ran into mushrooms, they tried to eat me.
Who's got the best nature scare?
I have +1 in it.
Lewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we should.
I'll ask Lewel.
Yeah, wake up Lewel.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're gonna wake her up. You go and get her. She looks at the four of you and she says, "Someone get me one."
All right.
I will. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
and
follow
Hoult,
him.
It's worth noting at this point, these mushrooms are growing.
Like,
you realize as you get closer, that these are bigger. All of them are bigger than they were.
I'm gonna roll nature because I have
Okay.
+5.
Oh, good.
21.
Okay. These are some kind of shrieker mushroom. That's what they look like to you. Shriekers are a kind of a magical fungus that grows underground, and if damaged or disturbed, they let out this horrible shrieking noise. Right. That's what they remind you of.
Okay.
They are not poisonous.
I'll say I'll be like, sure, I'll get you some little, but they look like shrieker mushrooms, don't they?
I don't know. I can't tell from here.
If I get close, it's possible they may give off an alert, which will alert any creature within hundreds of feet to the existence of the caravan here. I'm not sure if touching them is a good idea.
Just try it.
Tell everyone else to stay away from the mushrooms, just for now anyway.
You hear on the other side of the camp, you hear like a moan of pain and a cry.
A moan of pain?
Yeah.
I'm going to go investigate.
You find some people gathered around a guard who's just like, I just stepped on it. And he's squashed one of the little mushrooms.
What's his condition?
He seems fine.
The mushroom itself squealed?
I just stepped on it.
All right, well, I'll pick up the remnants of the, I guess, moaning in pain mushroom and hand it to Maro to give to...
I mean, it's not making any noise. It's got a little puff cloud of black spores around it as you pick it up.
I'm going to make sure my scarf is extra tight. Keep out those spores.
Okay.
Yeah, I will...
Are we hemmed
do you have
in?
a bag or something like that?
Do you have a bag?
Yeah, like a small coin purse or something even?
Certainly.
Okay, I will empty out whatever contents I have of that and try to put
it in there.
that.
Okay.
Get rid of all this useless gold.
Carry it to Lewel.
Yeah.
She kind of meets you a little distance away from the carts. She holds out her hand.
Here.
you notice she's put on gloves, right? And so she takes it out. She looks at it. She's like, I'm not sure. Something subterranean. Good. Shouldn't grow on the wood.
Why'd you just rub your? Was that you, the DM, or was
Yeah,
that her?
I
Actually,
Good. You need to identify.
I know. I was like, why did she just touch her face?
You need to identify the
I don't
fungus.
think it'll grow on the wood, but what do you think it means for the caravan?
We'll have to cut a path through it. The mushrooms at this point have continued to grow and are like the size of a human foot.
Don't you think these are?
We need to move now. Then
They're like
is
6 or
quite
7
odd.
inches
Can we
tall.
like start getting out of here?
Yeah, we need to. We should.
Yes, I do think it's quite odd, which I think is why we should get a move on.
I agree. Who's leading the caravan? Should get everyone ready to go.
We may have to take charge.
All right then.
Find my sergeant.
Caledryn,
Yay.
the master needs you.
I'll come
Mistress
over.
needs you.
Okay, she says, we need to get moving.
All right.
Let's cut a path.
Sounds good enough.
Find someone with tools, supplies, whatever you need to move through it.
I think she means weapons.
Heavy brooms, a scythe, I don't know, a tree branch.
All right. So Caledryn will.
We need a path back to the road. And she looks down at the road, and the road is just like blanketed with these mushrooms. And then up the road.
Caledryn will set off. He'll go look for Elkin and his
Okay.
crew.
Yeah, the dwarves.
Elkin,
The dwarves who are throwing rocks at the mushrooms and laughing when they squeal.
have you ever seen anything like this before?
I don't know, but it's hysterical.
We need to. I think we need to get
That
the
mushroom
caravan
remembers
moving.
that.
Yeah, that mushroom. will
Can
remember.
I agree. I'm sick of waiting.
Can you and your boys cut us through a path down to the road? I'll
Uh,
take up your duties on the on your wagons.
I'll give you half my guys.
Sounds fair
I'll
enough.
come. We'll take half yours.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right. So I'll get like half of his dwarfs headed out towards.
Yeah, he gives you
moving towards the
seven
road.
dwarves.
Hoult and so let's see. You need to stay with her. Yeah, Hoult and Hekabe. Go ahead and so Caledryn will come back and be like, all right, I got Elkin and his boys to help us clear a path to the road. Hoult, Hekabe, burn or slash or however you need to. We should get back on the road and get away from this place.
All right, we
Kinda
got to start doing it
picking me
before
up.
they get any bigger. They're only going to get louder the bigger they get.
Yeah. They're a little over. It's been about 45 minutes of chaos at this point, and they're a little over 6 inches tall.
Yeah, we don't want to start attracting things.
Go.
All right, let's do it.
We'll get the wagons moving.
And then I'll arrange to get our wagons and then Elkin's wagons
Yeah.
moving along.
Holt, what's your perception?
Passive or otherwise?
Passive.
Passive is 14.
Okay, that's what I thought. Does anyone else have a 14?
Passive is just wisdom
Plus proficiency.
plus proficiency.
If you're proficient in perception.
If you're proficient.
10 plus your perception score.
Oh,
Your perception
mine's
modifier.
13.
That's what I thought. Holt, you do notice there are birds gathering, circling, way high up above you, but there's 4 at least large, broad birds up there.
I do not like the look of those birds.
They look like pretty birds.
I'm pretty sure those are not the kind of birds that come down and tweet beautiful lullabies or whatever.
Holt, get the cleared mushrooms.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going. Jeez. Come on, Hekabe.
I
Quit
cast
chatting
burning
with Maro.
hands.
All the burning.
You're going to use burning hands to start to get through this?
Hey, it's your
up
call.
to
I
you.
don't think it's a good idea to use your spells right now, but
Anytime a DM says that with a questioning
I
voice,
know, like I just got nervous. That's why I looked at everybody else.
all right.
I've perfected that technique, and now sometimes I just ask people questions like that. to
No,
fuck with them.
it's just his way to
Yeah.
dissuade you from doing the
or
right
does
thing.
he regret telegraphing too much?
If I use that tone of voice with my wife, she yells at me immediately afterwards.
We should start doing that too.
What's the worst that could happen by lighting all these mushrooms on fire?
Just so you know, the ground is soaked
Yeah.
from 2 days of rain.
Mhm.
So it's not going to like light all the mushrooms on fire and then spread, just so you know. But you're just going to char and blacken a 15-foot cone of mushrooms.
Do I think that?
You know that. I mean, that is a for sure thing. Nothing around here is flammable right now.
Yeah, I would even mention that, like, wet things don't burn well. So, all right, I'm gonna just yank out my short sword and I guess get the hacking. I don't.
Okay, so you're like crouched down, hacking back and forth with short swords.
I don't.
Okay, great.
I don't know what other ineffective.
So the three of you are getting to work on this, right? Eldkin's guys produce scythes and stuff from a cart that's carrying like worked tools. And you see them like basically just like one of them pushes the guy who's running the cart back and is just like, do you want to leave or do you not want to leave? and like the guy's like clearly intimidated, and Eldkin's like, if we break something, we'll pay you for it. And they like storm off to come help you move stuff.
That's good enough.
So everybody who is clearing mushrooms needs to make a constitution save.
Oh, great.
From breathing in literally thousands of spores, you're gonna get covered in black soot.
Well, don't worry.
I'm not worried.
Good.
No, it's not very high.
I'm worried about the horses though.
Should we? I don't. Will they take?
See if Longnose
gag
can do
of some
something
kind?
about it.
Hey, Longnose. I'll jump down and talk.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go deal with that.
Yeah.
I got a 20.
Yeah, 6.
13.
Okay. So as you guys, this is actually just kind of horrible to do because it just sounds like you're kicking children like for hours as you clear these things away. Yeah, and it's just like the
Justin, you're liking that sound way too much.
the weirdness.
You're like the dwarves who think it's funny.
Yeah, and the dwarves
It's kinda
seem just
funny.
more than entertained by the thing they're doing right now.
I'm not going to be entertained once these things hit a couple feet and those little become, screams of terror.
Yeah, and you guys are, I mean, this is
You
relatively
clickers.
slow going, right? But you do notice that they're not growing up behind you, the path of crushed
Once
mushrooms.
they're dead.
But, half an hour later, they're 8 inches tall. And then by the time you guys are cutting up to the road, in front of you, they're a foot tall. Growing up on the road.
And they're making a lot of noise, aren't
And they're making kind of a loud noise. Hekabe, you're starting to feel really bad about this. It's
am.
kind of
Okay.
getting to you.
Okay. I can't do this anymore. I just can't do it. They're
What?
almost my size.
They're only a foot tall.
I'm not
only
that
How's that
tall.
almost your size?
You can't do this anymore.
I just can't do this anymore. I can't.
All right, just go help with the wagons then.
Sure.
I hold my head down in shame and I walk away.
Okay.
I go back to Buttercup.
You're going back to Buttercup.
Yeah. Am I feeling ill?
Yeah, I mean, you feel just a little like,
Is there like
I wish I had eaten
spores?
more for breakfast. You're covered in black spores, right?
Okay.
I mean, there's
have-
no way that, I mean, sure, you wrap your scarf around your face, but there's no way you haven't been breathing these things in, right?
Okay. I have scraps of cloth. When I get back, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna wrap one around my face and then wrap one around Buttercup's nose.
Right. So as you're walking back up the slope to the camp,
Mm-hmm.
you thought you see someone's shadow for half a second, right? Like someone's coming up behind you,
Okay.
and then when you turn around, there's nobody there,
Oh, good. Okay.
and you realize that the shadow is actually like going down, and like you turn, for half a second, you're like, where's the person? You look down as to see the shadow again, and it's not there, but you look down the slope and you see the shadow a human shadow sliding away from you down the slope towards the rest of them.
Okay. Towards the rest of them?
Yeah,
Or them?
clear the people
Which
working to
ones?
clear the mushrooms.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the shadow.
Okay, so you start like curiously after it,
Yeah.
but it suddenly accelerates away from you, and you hear a bleeding falcon-like cry, so like, and then a huge shape comes down out of the sky and slams into Caledryn from behind.
Yay.
Oh, it was above me. Hekabe's not that smart.
I was going to say, I feel like you should look up. I did mention there were giant birds earlier.
I thought I was hallucinating. I really just thought I was having a moment.
You could have been.
Mushroom spores are getting to
Like,
me.
I thought I was having a moment.
He did say human shaped, but it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Harpy
there's
of some kind.
the lookup doesn't really actually make any sense in this situation.
All right.
I've
Thanks,
got
we're also going to be rolling.
Hoult, Maro, and Hekabe, but I don't have. Oh, there he is.
I'm on the backside of the flaming skull.
are.
Which makes
Oh, we're
perfect
rolling
sense.
initiative?
Yeah, roll for initiative.
Yeah.
No, that's not great.
20. If only
That's
you could
much
crit
better.
initiative.
18 for me.
God damn these dice.
I just got an 18 on the same die. I don't believe that dice
8.
are cursed.
The number cubes hate you.
Yep.
Okay.
It's all a random number generator.
So Hekabe 8, Caledryn
22.
22, Hoult
7.
7, Maro 18. You said
18.
and swooping out of the sky is a brilliant blue and brown colored bird shape with huge clawed talons. It's got this broad cream breast feathers with brown feathers around it, brown feathers up the edges of its wings, but the feathers coming down its long sweeping tail and its pinions, its biggest feathers off of its wings, are a brilliant blue. But the most disturbing thing about it is it has the head of an elk with a broad cream furry face with some feathers blending back into its breast and a large rack of antlers. And there are 4 of them. One grabs a dwarf and throws it to the ground. Another goes screaming just over Hoult's head, barely missing him, and into a dwarf nearby who goes down. Another slams into Caledryn, who is hit.
Those horns can't
Hit AC 17.
feel really well.
Yes.
Woo! Yay, bird damage.
Where are my dice? There they
How
are.
far
they're
away are
gone
they
now.
from the wagons?
We're down near the road.
You guys are about 300 feet from the wagons at
300
this point.
feet.
You guys moved well away from the road, right? You went upslope so that you wouldn't be in the rain. That's 14 damage, Caledryn,
Those are some pointy horns.
as it gores you on its horns. And that's more like a shooting pain for you, right? Because you've got scarring, permanent damage all down your back, and its horns slam into your back and throw you to the ground, so you are prone. And then it is immediately your turn, Caledryn, as we go into the first round of not surprise.
Yeah. So not knowing what attacked me,
Mhm.
Caledryn actually kind of like jumps
This
up.
thing actually slams into you and then flaps frantically, very ungracefully lands onto its huge legs in front of you and then hops back up. You know, it's half hovering, half hopping at you and clawing at you with its talon.
So anybody that is there, Caledryn actually kind of scrambles to his feet,
Right.
not knowing what just hit him. Actually, kind of panic scrambles a little bit more
Right.
than maybe you've noticed him before, and then takes a look at it, is almost relieved to see that it's not a dragon that just attacked
Right.
him, and then hell's with you, bird. Take an attack at it.
Okay.
It's on the ground with me, right?
Yeah, it's kind of if you've ever seen a rooster attack someone,
Yeah.
they kind of hop and flap their wings to get a little air before they try and scratch at you with their claws.
Mhm.
It's doing that, but it's 7 feet tall.
That's not terrifying.
So
It is
I still have to
terrifying.
use my-
Those talons are like pitchforks on this
Oh, yeah.
thing, right?
I just did 14 damage. I still have to use my move to stand up, correct?
Correct.
Is it
You
still
use
within-
half of your movement to stand
Okay,
up.
so I can still move another 15 feet.
Yeah,
Make
and
an
it's in
attack.
melee combat with you. So
Okay. Actually, I'm really pissed at this bird, so we're probably gonna guided strike and try to use a power attack on it.
So you're gonna power attack
Yep.
because you get to use guided strike after you roll.
I unfortunately rolled a 1,
Oh,
so we are going to miss. I will go
Okay.
ahead and use one of my war priest ticks for the day. and
Okay.
Make another attack.
This is another power attack.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and make that a 24 just to be sure. Does 24 hit the stupid birdie?
24 does hit the stupid birdie.
Okay. And then that is going to be 4 and another 17 damage.
Okay, that's pretty serious.
Bad bird.
Okay, so you slice at this thing, ripping off a long row of feathers, and it roars back at you furiously, screeches, and it's Maro's turn.
I turn to.
She says, "Go, go!"
Okay, and I run
Yeah.
towards it. I do as fast as I can.
Great.
What's
your-
My movement is 30.
Okay, so you'll be there in a while.
Yeah.
In a while.
Let me know when I'm within 90 feet. Because
I will.
Run.
And then it's the Periton's turns. The one that has knocked over one of the dwarves, you hear a cracking. You hear a scream and a cracking noise. Yeah, like Hoult, you're in the thick of this.
Yeah.
So you hear a scream and a cracking noise, and you look to your right, and you see the one that knocked over a dwarf has actually hooked its talons into the dwarf, and it's tearing its rib cage open while screeching. And as you are horrified in these brief moments, the one that overshot you and took down a dwarf on the way over, turns and comes back at you.
This is gonna hurt.
And it flies in at you and makes a multi-attack. Gore and talons. Oh, it's gonna hit with both.
Oh,
Oh, don't you like it when one of his attacks is called Gore?
It's antlers.
Yeah.
Yep. 15 damage.
that's not too bad.
But
Both hits. Let's see. Another is another one kind of has knocked down a dwarf but not killed it, so it turns and starts flying up into the air, as does the fourth, which disengages from a dwarf and flies upwards. They both take wing, and they're easily 40 or 50 feet in the air again in moments as they fly back up. And then it is Hekabe's turn.
So they're in the air now.
Yeah, you're about 100 feet away from the rest of the group.
Oh, I didn't walk all the way back.
No, you didn't walk all the way back.
How am I feeling?
I mean, you still feel bad about this the mushrooms, everything about this kind of bothers you,
Okay.
but the adrenaline is pumping.
Okay.
It is time to fight
Okay.
right now. This is fight or flight mode.
Kill some birds.
Can I hit them with my longbow in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
What's the range on your longbow?
You wrote this.
I'm very, very sorry. You're trying to read my handwriting.
I think it says 150/600.
Okay. So let me do the math real quick. And this is why you go to school, kids.
A squared plus B squared.
It's
equals
happening
C
right now
squared.
over here. You can hit. No disadvantage. They're within 150 feet of you, 40 feet in the air, 100 feet away,
Stay at school.
including the slope of the hill you're on.
Kidding.
Did you get to hit?
One.
Roll one.
You
yeah.
forgot to draw an arrow when you fired.
Yeah, so you scramble and you throw your hand back, you grab your bowstring, you draw, you shoot, and you didn't have an arrow in your
Action
hand.
surge.
That's fine. I
if
thought
you
I was
want to.
hallucinating like a second ago.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm not even sure if these things are real right now.
And Hoult,
All right. Am I currently in hand-to-hand combat with one of them?
you are.
All right. I guess I probably will not have time to yank out the longbow. So here
You've
we go.
also got your swords in your hand.
Yeah,
That's what you were
so-
using to cut mushrooms.
So here we go with the slashing.
Okay.
So let's see. Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. So
Okay.
I'm going to
Take
take
Hunter's
the
Mark.
wrong ranger, you feathered bird brain.
Feathered bird brain.
Even though he's not really a elk. There's a weird. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on here.
What
but,
kind of braid does it have?
All right. So first comes with the short sword, the main short sword attack.
Okay.
That's a natural 20
Okay.
All right, so you double all your dice.
for.
Yeah.
That's going to be 9. That's going to be 13 points of damage.
Critical hit. So you get to roll another die.
I did.
Yeah, you
It's
did
a 6 and a 6. Or,
And then don't you get
1d6 and
Hunter's Mark
1d6.
as well?
Oh, another d6. Right, Hunter's Mark.
And I think you double that.
Yes!
Do I
that
have-
as
So
well.
okay, so the way a critical hit works is you
Yeah.
roll all the dice you would roll twice. So if you rolled 1d6 for your regular damage and a d6 for Hunter's Mark, you need to roll 2 more d6.
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
It is indeed.
12, 17, 20 plus 4, so 24 points of damage. Unless my
Okay.
bonus damage is also doubled.
So you
No.
Okay, then I just want to make sure.
No, the dice.
the numeric the +3 damage or whatever from strength and things
Yeah.
like that isn't
Yeah.
double. So you leap in on this thing with a tried and true method. Right?
Yeah.
You've used this against giant vultures and things like this. You knock its head to one side. It's across the face. with one blade, and you come into the other side with the other blade, what should be right up into its throat, and you catch it in the throat, and it should be dead. And your blade plunges all the way in and pulls all the way back out, and as you pull the blade free, it's not nearly as bloody as it should be.
Weird.
Right. And you see the wound beginning to kind of like seal back up
Okay.
as you draw back out the blade.
Burn them! Burn them! I'm gonna come in with the other sword.
It's clear that it's still wounded. Like the wound is not closing, but
Yeah.
it's not nearly as harmed by your weapon as it should have been.
All right. Well,
Bleeding as much as it should be.
here
Yeah.
comes my offhand attack, which I believe I also get the bonus with Hunter's Mark 4.
Is it possible to roll, as I'm running forward, to roll
Yeah.
Arcana to kind of see if I know anything about these magical creatures?
You could.
Okay, that's going to be an 18 with the second attack for just 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So
You clip a feather.
Yeah.
My Arcana rolls a 21.
These are peritons. They are magic creatures. They feed on humanoid hearts.
Nice.
Oh. That's
And
that
good to
explains
know.
why it's
You,
cracking open that door.
You know, like they are. Oh wait, you totally know the story. So supposedly they were created by a curse, a god cursed a person who did such a great and heinous crime of cutting out and eating the heart of another person out of jealousy. To become the first Periton. What you definitely know is that they are resistant to normal steel.
I see.
Only magic weapons harm them, as well as you would expect.
We don't have
So does that
any
mean
of
they're
those, do we?
100% resistant?
No.
To,
They can be harmed.
They can be
They can be
by
harmed by normal weapons, but they are only fully hurt by magic weapons.
Got it. Understood.
And you know that their feathers can be valued. You rolled a 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know their feathers can be valuable to some wizards.
Ah.
Okay.
I was about to yell, use your magic.
you should still yell, use your magic.
That's Hoult's turn. It's Caledryn.
So did you yell that or not?
I yelled, or I
Use your
yelled.
magic weapons if we got them.
I mean,
Okay.
I yelled.
Tell the dwarves.
I yelled, burn them
Do
because
any of
I'm
us have
thinking.
Yeah,
magic
you yell
weapons?
burn them.
Because I'm
I
thinking
have my
some
magic
kind of
staff
fancy
now.
troll
That's
magic
it.
is going on here. You know, regenerate. Creatures that regenerate usually don't do so well when they're on fire.
So as a
The
bonus,
feathers are really valuable.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
as a bonus action, I'm gonna
You yell that out as you're running down.
Yeah.
I'll summon a spiritual weapon,
Okay.
which will make an
You
attack.
have other spells than burning hands, don't you?
I mean, I took all fire spells.
There's a theme. I don't know
and
if
shocking
you.
grasp.
Can,
Oh, that's better.
all right.
Just
Here's a
got
question.
first.
Can I see the book for a second?
Yeah.
I need to know whether or not my spiritual weapon can crit.
Oh, it can crit.
Okay, good. So let me just double check what the dice is. It's 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so I need another d8 to add to that. Well, at least for critting them. So let's see. That would be spellcasting ability modifier 3. So 17.
Okay, that's
that's-
significant.
Whatever damage.
Is it radiant? That's what I would
It's
expect.
force damage, actually.
Yeah, so that cuts into the thing, which actually squeals in terror.
It's not used to being injured by its
Yep, force
prey.
damage. And yeah, and that's again taking on kind of the symbol of Tempest, so it's kind of like a flaming,
Right.
ethereal greatsword. And I guess I'll just make a regular attack, even though it doesn't do a whole lot. I guess I don't know that yet, but
I mean, if you keep hitting for 17, it's gonna do a lot no matter what.
yeah. No, I mean, like I know that I don't necessarily know that my regular
Right.
weapon isn't going to be as effective. Well, it's most certainly going to be a hit
Okay.
for 13 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so you, between the magical weapon and you kind of pincer this thing. It clearly is. You hear though it's the impact of your greatsword, right, doesn't cut through its feathers and its skin. You feel bones breaking. Just the sheer impact of your weapon is doing that. Maro,
Right.
it's your turn. You're running further forward.
How far away am I now?
You're 180 feet.
Jeez. Okay.
And then it is the Periton's turns. The one fighting you, Caledryn, flies up,
Stupid bird.
takes straight off, and it does not provoke opportunity attacks for doing so.
What? You said it was kind of awkward, and it's flying.
Awkward while trying to stay near the ground.
I see.
In the air, they're
Like
graceful.
The one fighting Hoult comes after him with another barrage of attacks,
Miss.
cackling at you, right? It's kind of got a malevolent intelligence to its eyes.
Yeah, but it
Ugh.
misses. So
It misses twice, in fact.
yeah, that's what
Your
I
AC is 16, correct?
said. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
AC 16.
That sounded so shitty.
Sure.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
And
16 right here.
as you are
1-6.
fighting
I
that
know, it
one,
sounded shitty.
another comes plummeting down out of the sky, almost on top of you.
Okay, that's fine.
And that is 2 more hits.
Feathery dive bombers.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you really are.
See that? How he had the guy hit you twice, and then he's like, "Well, I got this other one that can attack me."
27 damage.
Oh my god.
I'm at 0.
So
Okay,
not
so
cool.
you
Okay.
get that the other one comes from above and just crushes Hoult into the ground.
Cool.
And at this point, so like as Hoult goes down, right, like that, and it like its momentum carries it forward almost in the other one, and they like hop in like a bundle of feathers away from each other and out of the way. The vista is cleared for Caledryn and Hekabe and everyone who is rushing towards the area. As the dwarves are like scattering, right? None of them brought their weapons to do this or their armor.
Yeah.
Right, they were just like fuck doing this in weapons and armor. They thought you guys were paranoid, right, for doing it. And you can see the final Periton finally crack open that dwarf's chest, and its head comes back out. The elk muzzle stained with blood, the large teeth in its mouth holding the dwarf's heart, which it leans back its head in the way of birds, and like
Seagulls
in a
do.
kind of spasming motion swallows it whole.
Ugh.
Hekabe,
I'm unconscious.
this is what you look upon.
Hubris.
And then you see the
Grizzly.
2 that knocked Hoult down turn back towards him.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm too far to use my sword, and it's gonna take me like 3 turns to even do anything if I run there, right?
Well, she's like 100 feet away, right?
You are 100 feet away. So you can move 30 feet closer and use your bow.
I'm gonna do that.
I think you definitely move 30 feet. And then. Yeah, I don't know how long range your spells are.
Burning Hands is 15 feet.
Don't
Well,
you know a
matters.
couple other first level spells?
I have Shocking Grasp and Firebolt,
Oh, those are the cantrips.
but I don't want to touch them.
Well, if it's a
necessarily.
A wise choice.
I don't know
I
if I
don't-
want to grab onto one necessarily.
Well,
What was that? Oh my god.
plus
That was
6.
an 8. That was an 8.
Plus 6.
oh,
So.
well, Fireball has
14.
a pretty good range, just so you know.
She doesn't have fireball.
Oh, I thought she did.
Bolt. Bolt.
Oh,
It said
firebolt.
Firebolt, yeah.
It's a range of 120 feet
Okay.
and does 1d10 damage and can possibly ignite the target. Just so
You said
know.
150 feet?
20.
120 feet?
Range spell attack against the target. On a hit, target is 1d damage. A flammable object hit by the spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. So just if it's a cantrip for you, something to keep in mind. If it's like an actual spell you have to expend a slot for, then
No,
It's a
it's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
okay.
I got a 14.
That hits.
Okay, I hit him.
So yeah, it's 1d8.
Which one are you shooting? The one Caledryn's fighting or the one that's above Hoult?
The one that is going after Holt.
Okay.
Or the 2 of them, right?
Yeah, there's 2 of them going after Hoult, but
One of the ones going after Holt.
the one the Holt's been fighting is bloodied.
Yes!
That's
14.
Okay. Your arrow sinks into it and it stumbles to one side but continues on its single-minded path. Hoult, death save.
Birdie.
20.
11.
Okay, so that's 1 success.
One success, which is about to become
Caledryn.
1-on-1 as they bite into me.
I'm going to run over to... So the one that I was fighting flew up, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so I will... Is Holt within 30 feet of me?
Is Hoult within 30 feet of you?
Yes.
Certainly.
Okay. I'm going to run over.
Okay.
I will cast a spell. We're going to cast Cure Light Wounds as a level 2. Get Hoult back on his feet. That could have been a little better.
Thank you anyway, Justin.
It is 4 + 5, 9.
So I have 9 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you go
then-
immediately to 9 and you're conscious.
As a bonus action.
You do not erase failed and past death saves yet though.
Okay.
Not until the end of the encounter.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't like bounce up and down
Forever.
a whole bunch. I will actually. I'm going to use my bonus action not to move the sword, but to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And when I do this, I'm going to actually put myself between Hoult and the Peritons.
Okay.
So kind of like reach back, heal him,
Right.
and then like cast a spell on myself and just try to stand like between them so he has a chance to get back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Maro, you are now
Running.
120 feet away.
120 feet.
Still out of range.
Is there no quadruple moves?
There's just that's it.
Yeah.
Full speed ahead.
Back on your feet, Hoult.
Is it like an athletics check to try and run farther than?
No. It's just be a class that gets bonus movement or be a faster race. It's really your only options.
Should
Got
have
it.
chosen a monk.
I believe there's a feat for it,
Or a horse.
or you could have ridden a horse.
Yeah, you could have gotten on the horses, which are all at the top. And
There are many things.
Two.
I'm not a battle
Let's see.
tactician.
hindsight is
The
I'm an
Periton.
actor, goddammit.
I don't know how to fight birds.
So one of the Peritons that was closing in on you, Caledryn, flaps up and hooks around and comes down at you.
All right.
Let's see.
He's got to beat 19 now.
Oh, he hits you with one attack.
Stupid bird.
For 900 points a day.
14 damage.
What?
Wow, they really hurt.
It's a gore. Well, they're dive bombing you.
Yeah.
With horns that are made of something unnaturally hard.
Yep.
And the other comes at you. Actually, the one that Hoult has been fighting just flies 60 feet straight up. Right, it just takes off and
They're
goes
in
up.
the air.
The one that you were fighting before that flew up is flying away now. It's getting out of here. And
Oh yeah, probably got fairly brewed up.
yeah, so the other one actually flies straight at Hekabe
Great.
and attacks Hekabe. What's your AC, Hekabe?
16.
Ooh, wow, you get hit twice.
Harsh.
It does not dive bomb you though. 13 damage.
13.
Hits you with both of its attacks. Hoult.
I'm up.
Yes.
All
Or
right.
sorry, no, it's Hecabe's turn.
No.
I'm gonna cast Burning Hands on the bitch that just hit me.
Okay.
I don't have to roll to hit, right? They roll.
You don't. They roll dexterity save.
Okay. Can I have 3 d6s?
Oh,
Really?
Son of a bee.
Well, 7.
Oh, jeez. And it squawks and almost as though it recognizes that you're casting a spell, dives to one side out of the way of the flame
Okay.
and takes half damage.
4.
Yeah. Then
You
it's
have an
Holt's
action
turn.
surge still.
I have a what?
Action surge.
Could get the extra attack.
You basically used to use it, I think, every short rest.
Yeah. I guess I'll use my action surge on it.
Okay.
Can I do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
To make another attack.
You
Do
like-
another Burning Hands.
Oh, right, because it's just an action, right?
yeah, it's just she
It's
gets
just
a free
any
other
action.
Okay, great.
Oh, much
That's all
better.
10.
Okay, what's your save DC? What does it need to make? It's across the top of your character sheet, the spell
it's
sheet
right
there.
13.
Okay. You said 10 damage. It takes the full hit. Not expecting you to be ready with another spell so soon.
Mm-hmm. What's spell attack bonus for?
When you make a spell attack, so like if you attack with your firebolt or whatever,
That's what you would
you
add.
would
to
roll
your
a d20 and add that.
Okay.
And then it's Hoult.
All right. So what's the situation? I'm not in combat with anybody, right?
No, you're on the ground, and there is a Periton fighting Caledryn.
Okay. Is it the one I hunters marked?
No.
Where's the other one?
The one you hunters marked is up in the air.
Does it look like it's going to come back down?
hard to say. It's wing overing. It's
Okay,
surveying the
I'm gonna
battlefield.
stand up then and pull out my bow.
Okay.
I guess it's my move, and then do I have an action to shoot?
Yeah, you can shoot.
Okay. I'm going to. Do I have a bonus action on top of this?
Yeah, you have your bonus
Okay,
action
good.
still.
So it's just my movement's gone. Okay, cool.
You only have to spend the half.
Okay.
Movement.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the bird that's flying with ensnaring strike.
Okay.
So first to hit it. That's a 22.
Yeah, we already know 14 hits.
That's a hit.
So.
Okay, so that's going to be 12 damage from the bow,
Okay.
and then he has to make a strength check to avoid getting,
Pulled down.
hit with the ensnaring strike.
Okay. What's his DC for that?
His
strength
DC is
check?
going to be, well, it's going to be pretty low. It's going to be 12, so he's probably
Okay. He makes that.
All right, well, worth a shot.
You said you did 12 damage.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping that he would fail and then he would fall and it would be physics.
I was waiting to see how
Physics.
the ensnaring snake would work with it.
With a flying bird.
Like, vines come up. And,
The wooden arrow grows into
yeah,
grows into
ensnares it into
a
the
bunch
air.
of vines,
Mhm.
and this thing throws out its hands, right, or its arms, and breaks them away.
Yeah.
Losing balance for a second, but
Yeah,
recovering
But
it.
if he didn't, it would have been awesome because it would have been 50 feet of fall damage.
And then that is immediately Caledryn's turn.
All right. I'm actually just gonna go ahead. Doesn't seem like these things are terribly well armored, so I'm just gonna actually just try to power attack this one with
Okay.
my normal sword attack. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Well, we missed. And
You'd say it's
then
50 feet in the air.
we'll go ahead
Yeah.
and
I'm
bring the spiritual weapon around, attack the one that's attacking me. That's another 20.
What are you doing?
I was 120 feet away at the end of my last turn.
For 10 damage.
Okay. That's the spiritual weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Magic. I'm all done.
And
Tito's also
next
doing
is Maro.
Yeah,
So
no, I was totally doing a Pythagorean theorem.
Fear.
Maro, you're
This
now
guy?
about 80 feet from the one fighting Hekabe. Before moving, you're 80 feet from the one fighting Hekabe and 120 feet from where Caledryn and Hoult are fighting.
Okay, I'm going to move forward 30 feet
Okay.
and cast sleep. So if I move forward 30 feet, I will be within how much of the one fighting Hekabe?
If you move forward 30 feet,
Yeah.
you'll be 50 feet away from the one fighting Hekabe.
Okay, I will cast Dissonant Whispers on
Okay.
that one.
Done.
14 save DC.
Nope.
All right. So it will move its. Well, this is. Hopefully, I'll kill it first. 3d8. Shite. 11.
Okay.
11 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then it uses his reaction to move its speed away.
Right. It squeals in pain, uses its reaction to move its speed away, up, flying away. At this point, one of the one that had taken off before, the one that's fighting Caledryn right now, it makes a different call than what they've been making.
Squawking.
And all of the Peritons take off and start flying away into the
Hmm.
distance. You are clearly they
Clearly.
have no desire to fight you anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Tougher prey than they thought.
Well, I'm going to.
You get some parting shots.
Sure. I'll take a parting shot just to make sure.
Oh, okay.
So, just to drive the point home.
Shoot the farthest ones. Maybe I can get the ones that are closer.
Nope. They are jumping and jiving.
Okay.
And I like to cast sleep on
What's the range on sleep?
90 feet.
They're moving 60 feet in action, so they were 120 feet away already last turn, and by the time their turn comes back up, they're
Okay.
even further.
And they're all just gone.
Yeah, I mean they fly up away over the hills.
Do we kill any of them?
Nope.
No, they ran before they were killed.
Son of a bitch. Well, is everyone okay? How are you?
days.
There's nothing attacking the caravan, is there?
No. Though you can see actually at this point, like a group of guards had gotten their weapons and such together and were coming in your direction.
Great.
Too little, too late for sure, but
It's all right. We drove them off. How are the doors?
the dwarves are fine except for the one that is super dead.
Yeah, it's beyond.
On the healing of Tempest.
Caledryn, do you want to say anything?
We should wait for Eltkin.
Yeah, so
Your purview.
definitely Eldkin and the other dwarves come back, and they say they're going to go bury their comrade. They seem, down-spirited, but certainly not.
It happens.
This is their line of work, so they're not surprised that someone got killed.
What are the mushrooms doing?
They are mushrooms.
Are they still growing?
They're about a foot tall. They seem content at the moment. They're no longer like visibly growing, right?
Mm-hmm. They've just grown to this size, and well, I'm gonna take. No, yeah. Can I see the player's handbook for a second, or borrow Paul's? I think it takes 10 minutes. I'm gonna cast a prayer of healing to get us all a little bit better back on our feet. 2d8. Okay, so it's just like a. It takes 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna take gather everyone around who took damage, and,
including the dwarves, if they did.
Yeah, if they want to partake, it takes about 10 minutes of
Okay.
chanting and praying to Tempest and thanking him for blessing us in this battle, and everybody heals up 9 plus. Everybody heals up 12 hit points.
Yes.
Why would you?
I don't know why.
I
I
don't
started doing it this way, and then I was like,
I would just do damage. So your total is 36, and just mark off what's damage, not what's. That's.
I know.
Everyone has their own way.
Everyone has their own way.
It was one of those things I started doing it this way, and then I committed myself.
She has a system. Don't mess with the system.
You're committed.
Don't mess with the system.
You're going to be committed.
Don't mess with the system.
So after the 10 minutes have gone and the healing,
Right.
continue to start trying to clear away these mushrooms.
So it doesn't take much more than 45 minutes to clear through the remaining 100 yards of mushrooms. Though you have to conscript more caravan guards, and quite a few people are like, I just can't do this anymore. After a while, have to get out of there. But
Killed that Periton, right?
No, we didn't.
didn't kill any
We
of
didn't
them.
kill any of them.
None of them. They all got away.
Damn it. Okay.
Yep.
I thought we got one of them.
Nope. We did a bunch of damage to 2 of them, but
Are there any just random feathers scattered around?
That's a good point.
Random Periton feathers scattered
Yeah.
around. Make perception roll if you want to start looking for Periton feathers.
That's gonna be 13.
You find a couple kind of half crushed, trampled feathers, but you're kind of displeased with them.
Okay.
not the
You don't
valuable
expect
ones.
they'd be of much use to anyone.
Nah. I was gonna. If I found any intact ones, I was gonna offer to the dwarves to
Right.
give to the next of kin of the guy who died.
That was sweet of you.
Holt's got a good heart.
Are you keeping those?
He's the only one in the party with a good
They're all
heart.
smashed up. I'm not gonna hold on to them.
Can I have them?
Go for it. If you want Periton feathers, go for it.
I make like a little thing for Buttercup's tail.
Periton feather
A
tail.
little Periton crushed feather.
Well, I hope that doesn't turn Buttercup into a Periton.
Now I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, you should. Wait till I tell the story of
Where
the
do
Periton.
Periton babies come from? I don't know.
Periton babies.
Periton babies.
So,
Holt,
now she's all pretty.
Maro knows where the Periton babies come from.
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story tonight.
Actually, they consume the hearts of people, and that's how they have children.
They're jealous
Yeah.
creatures cursed to.
So we get the caravan back on the road.
Yes. After about 6 hours of hard mushroom clearing work, the caravan's back on the road, and everything seems to be in order.
Did I get the sense, I have a fairly high intelligence score. Did I ever get the sense that this was a planned assault? Hey, grow these mushrooms, distract them, attack, or did it just seem to be happy?
Didn't seem like it. I mean, those are basically predators of opportunity. They were like, oh great, some trapped food. Let's go eat that.
Good.
Let's go try to
Considering
eat
it's
that.
been raining for a while, we probably have plenty of extra water. Caledryn just like takes a bucket and just like dumps it on himself
To clean off
get
the.
some of these spores off of it.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
like,
Sounds like a really good idea, actually.
You guys were essentially in drow phase, which is an old custom.
Let's not go
I'd
there.
like to see how far you're gonna go with this.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
My people used to use it in the bard show circuit.
Okay. I really don't want to go there. So, a few days later, the unpleasantness behind you. Oh, sorry. One moment.
More unpleasantness.
Never mind.
Great.
Go back.
This thing says there's unpleasantness.
Well, there was some box text, but there was some more box text before that. That was much more important.
There's a sidebar here that declares unpleasantness.
Yeah.
So, as you get out of the Troll Claws a few days later and cross over the winding river into kind of the official edge of the boundaries of territory claimed by Waterdeep, though definitely still quite a ways from Waterdeep itself.
Yeah.
You can see now as the land ahead of you, right, slopes down and away into a broad swath of coastal forest, and the sea beyond, and on your right slopes slowly upwards to an area, a broad country of moorland, so kind of generally uninhabited, and in many places uninhabitable, rough countryside. So after a couple more days of traveling, midday one day you just hear people yelling up ahead, like, there's a fight, everyone get the guards,
Right.
people yelling for help,
I'm gonna
things like that.
go up and take a look.
I'll
Yeah, and today you guys are actually near the front of the caravan, so you can see what's happening. Moments later, there is a freight wagon on the road ahead with dead draft animals. You can see people sheltering underneath the wagons ahead of you, right? And the with boxes clearly pulled from the wagon, forming kind of a crude ring around it for cover. They have crossbows, and you can see there's a hill just away from you where you see 6 humanoid figures standing. They're kind of just out of crossbow shot down the road, and they are clearly watching the wagon. You can see they have furs on. They have large wooden shields covered in leather, things like that. It's hard to get a good look at who exactly or what they might be, what's going on.
so Caledryn will ride up. What's going on here?
Okay. The people in the cart, there are 4 of them you can see now. 3 that look like some kind of guards, maybe. They have crossbows, and they're just like, hobgoblins!
Try to look out. Do they look like hobgoblins? Or is it just kind of hard to tell from
Yeah.
this far out?
From now that you're closer, I mean, you've moved up to where this cart is. You can see they're definitely hobgoblins. You're a mercenary.
Yeah.
You know exactly who these guys are. These are Urshani hobgoblins. They are a clan of raiders who live out on those moors. They are exceptionally savage. I mean, they don't really take prisoners.
So Caledryn will quickly start gathering the guards that have kind of mingled up towards here.
Right.
Get like a shield line started, and then start.
How far away are they?
A couple 100 feet,
Like specifically how much, if you have it?
a few hundred. I mean,
Okay, because they're within range for me.
yeah, they're definitely in range of a longbow shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want me to try to scare them off?
Sure.
All right. I will line up one and take a longbow shot at one.
Okay.
With my sharpshooter skills.
Yeah, so you don't take disadvantage to this roll. You just get to roll to hit.
18.
That's a hit.
11 points, if that matters.
Okay. So that
Hobgoblin
plunks into the hobgoblin, which stumbles backwards, and they all kind of turn. It stumbles over and falls down. Actually, the rest of the hobgoblins like look at each other half a second later, and they kind of fall back. They have they understand they're outranged here for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, here's going to ask if any of them was within 5 feet of their buddy to do another shot.
No.
Does it look like they've completely dispersed, or they're just kind of like, we're just on the
Yeah, they go back away down the hill that they were using, clearly to move down to stay out of range of crossbow shots.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, whenever those guys got the nerve up to take a few shots.
So Caledryn will command a contingent of the guards to stay here at this spot and get the rest of the caravan moving, though.
Okay, so I think you need to make a roll here. What do you think is appropriate?
I will actually.
Performance.
So I need to make some kind of roll to get people moving.
Yeah.
I will actually we'll play this up a little bit. So I'm gonna cantrip thaumaturgy
Okay.
to make myself really loud.
Okay.
And then I will channel all my years spent as a mercenary sergeant,
Right.
and we're gonna be a little intimidating and being like, we need. I'll play it out here. I'll roll it. Get those wagons moving. Let's go.
Okay.
We can't have them surrounding us.
All right, you sorry lot.
13.
Okay.
I want to do what Justin tells me to do with that voice.
Yeah, you do. So everyone was sort of looking for an excuse to do what they knew they should be doing, but
Yeah.
someone taking charge is pretty clear to them. So people start to kind of scramble too, and a group of the guards who are with you, who are also mounted, are like, should we go after them?
No, stay here.
Okay.
If they show their heads again, we'll have Hoult put another shot into them. If that doesn't disperse them, we'll ride them down.
Okay. So at this point, you actually see they've come up onto the road,
Mhm.
and they are riding huge wolves up the road away from you.
Away?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going back to get reinforcements. Should probably hurry.
Let's get it moving. Hoult, do you think you can range out ahead?
Yep.
So
Okay.
we'll send Hoult out to give us some advance warning if they come back with more guys.
Okay.
They might be setting a trap.
That's why we're sending our stealthy ranger to scout ahead.
And my stealthy horse, untitled.
Untitled horse.
I mean, I guess you're not necessarily trying to be sneaky. You're just like you're just up there to actually keep an eye on things.
So
I'm-
are you just playing lookout? Are you trying to watch their trail? What exactly are you doing?
I think I'm trying to play lookout.
Okay.
I'm gonna see where their trail is and where it goes and make a note of that. But I'm not necessarily gonna go off the road my horse to follow their trail. I'm
Okay.
going to just go up ahead, look at the surroundings, use whatever best judgment I have to see what natural barriers they may use to ambush us,
Right.
or where natural paths they may come from.
Okay. Roll perception.
That's gonna be not great. 7.
You see nothing.
So you're pretty sure that they saw superior numbers and retreated.
Okay.
Right. It seems obvious. The rest of the day passes without incident, though there is the question of the stranded merchant who is trying to buy horses off of someone.
Mhm.
His horses are dead.
Oh, I see.
Does anybody have any spare horses or spare draft horses?
No one has spare horses, so someone's gonna have to sell their horse if someone's actually gonna sell this guy a horse.
Buttercup.
Not me.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
if we don't give him anything, you're basically presenting for him to get killed.
Yeah, if we don't sell him a horse,
He
Well,
probably
not killed. He would lose his entire wagon load, and then he pays somebody to take him to.
yeah. I mean
We
he'll
could do that, definitely.
he'll end up riding with you guys until he can get horses and probably try and come back for it.
Is it just him?
He has 3 guards.
How long to Waterdeep?
Waterdeep, a long time still.
Oh, still quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not giving up my horse.
Okay.
What does he got?
I ain't walking that
What?
long.
What is the merchandising?
What does he have? Mostly just kind of general trade goods. So he's got like some spices. He's got some valuable wools, some clothing, just a little bit of.
anybody got
whatever.
any spare room on their carts?
I mean, there are people with spare room. He'll be able to find someone to ride with.
I meant like for stashing some of his trade goods, so he's not a
Oh,
total loss for
no.
him.
Probably not.
All right.
Hmm. Okay.
I don't know. How much is he offering for a horse?
He'll pay twice the value of a horse.
Yeah. Well, that's 75 extra gold.
Yeah, it's not worth it for us anyway.
This is
Okay,
Lul, what do
great.
you think
What do I think of what?
of this poor merchant?
He should have taken better care of his animals.
Do I think Buttercup?
Well,
can
did they-
pull
did
one of
they-
those
Were they killed by the
stupid
hobgoblins?
wagons?
Could Buttercup pull his wagon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say they didn't have a choice in that
It
matter.
wouldn't be happy times for Buttercup, but yes.
It already has been happy times for Buttercup.
Yeah, Buttercup's a little skittish these days, so
Fire! Can't obey the fire.
I get off Buttercup.
okay.
I lead her to the merchant. And I offer him to use her to help him out.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, he's like, wow, thank you so much.
Leasing Buttercup.
And I was like, do you think we should take the cart or just pack her up with his...
We'll remove some of the heaviest stuff. We can bury it. Come back for it.
Okay.
So he does. I mean, he unloads some of the heaviest stuff from the carts, from like pottery and things like that. They dig a hole on the side of the road. They bury it there.
I get off of Buttercup.
Yeah.
And I make sure to stay by her the entire time.
Right.
And I lead her, trying to help her along.
Okay.
And I don't allow anyone else to get in the car. Like, no riding, no nothing.
Right. Great. Okay.
So that night, Caledryn's like, so how much did you get?
Nothing yet, but we'll see.
Oh, I see.
Whole bunch of trade goods.
Stash the corpses
According
a
to
few miles
Buttercup,
back.
we have a whole bunch of trade goods.
Yeah.
It's my wagon now.
So, a couple days after that, you all, not even a couple days. The next day, you'll arrive at Dragon Spear, which is a sort of fortified town on the edge of Waterdeep's territory. It has a ruined castle up on the hills above it. Though these days it's more a trade stop than anything else, sort of a fortified place for local farmers to
He should be able to find some horse here.
sell and buy. Oh, certainly, yeah, and he can easily find a horse here. And Hekabe, he actually, though they decide to stay behind, clearly they're not with the caravan when you all depart from Dragonspear after a day of kind of resting and watering the animals. One of his guards comes to you and gives you a bag, and he's like, I was told to give this to you and convey my master's thanks.
Thank you.
Good. He says if you're ever in Waterdeep when he is, you should call on him
What's his name?
so we can thank you properly. His name is... Oh, I gotta go find it, sorry.
Bob Murchison.
Totally is. It's definitely,
Untitled.
it's definitely Bob Merchant.
name
I'm gonna
is
get that name to
untitled.
you.
Okay.
I don't want to go hunting for it right now.
That's fine. And whenever I'm in Waterdeep, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I peek in the bag.
It's filled with gold.
Yes.
So much gold.
So
Gold.
it's actually 100 pieces of gold when you count it later. And let's see.
I see Hekabe counting up her coins. I'm like, oh.
See, hey, this is
I
what
tossed you one.
this is what happens. This is what happens. You do good things, Caledryn. The universe rewards you anyway.
I wish it was chocolate.
What, with the price that they agreed upon?
She didn't agree on any price. She just here's my horse.
Do you guys remember chocolate? It's been a long time on this road.
When it was
I don't even know what you're saying. Yeah.
That
Gosh.
song that I don't know the words to, so I'm not going to act like Paul.
Did it.
I'm sure we actually enjoy having like a roof over our head for one night.
So
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
It's
Seriously,
gone.
nobody.
Later.
I'd like you all to roll charisma checks.
Ah.
Oh,
Whoa.
not great.
What'd you get?
5.
Oh.
Oh shit! A natural one.
24. I should have saved that on my
11?
wooing Lewel roll.
Wool.
19.
What do you think all these charisma checks are for?
Hey.
Probably to get paid.
19.
Trying to get paid.
Slash.
Caledryn?
I got an 11.
Great. Thanks.
Oh, good. Random
So-
checks for no reason.
No.
So we're in this town.
There's a reason.
Yes.
He's just not going to tell us right now.
Briefly.
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 Yeah.
Is there any chocolate?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna find some chocolate.
At exorbitant cost, but
I'll
yes.
spend that 1 gold piece that
Yeah.
Hekabe gave me
Okay. Delicious,
and bring it
delicious
back
chocolate.
to my fellow guardsmen. Be like, here you go,
It's delicious.
Appreciate it.
Lewel.
Thank you.
Long nose.
Caledryn
The first time
actually,
you've ever heard her say thank you, ever.
It's actually the first time she ever said it. Long
What
nose.
are
Here
these-
you go.
This word feels so strange.
It's getting cold and wet, right?
Yeah, it's actually starting to get quite cold.
While we're in town, Caledryn's going to buy some, not great wine, kind of like shitty wine.
Yeah.
But then buy everything else to make mulled wine.
Okay.
Just every night, and just like, this is what we're drinking now. Because it's crappy and
Delicious
cold.
spiced
You
wine.
want to fortify that wine?
Um,
Put some whiskey in it.
I'm gonna buy, if possible, like a sack of carrots
Okay.
and stuff for Buttercup.
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 Like, cause I have plans.
You're gonna take extra good care of your horse.
I have plans.
Okay.
You
When this
turn
horse
into a
dies,
unicorn.
you're going to
I
be really
mean-
sad.
When this horse is dead, you're gonna be pissed.
It's whatever.
Spend a couple silver pieces,
I've raged quit games before.
and I'll do it again.
Flip this table.
Can't kill my horse. Kill Hoult instead.
Aww. It's a dick move.
So,
Buttercup's pretty cool, man.
a day
Yeah, well, I'm not afraid
outside
of fire, so.
of.
Neither is she anymore.
So from here
So
on
you
out,
think.
there are travelers' inns. So about every 15 miles or so, there's a little
We're back
fortified.
more in civilization.
Yeah, there's a little fortified walled structure where you can pull all the wagons inside and sleep in a warm room for the night, and the horses can be inside. So the speed of travel actually picks up a little bit, right? Because the animals are better rested and better fed. Though the first one you arrive at, it's a miserably cold, wet day. It's late October now, and you guys are pretty far north. When the rain falls, it's chilly. I mean, just literally wet to the touch, on the edge of maybe being snow soon, and it's promising to become, a freezing cold night that evening. And you come to a traveler's inn, and
Or mulled wine.
no one goes in. Like, the caravan stops at the doorway, and you see someone talking. You kind of hear a little yelling. After a minute, and then the first wagon pulls away and starts to go into the field across from the inn.
What are they, full?
What's going on?
Oh yeah, apparently they're full, says the merchant as he rides past.
Full? What do you mean apparently? They lying?
You go find out for yourself. It's a great story.
Oh, you like stories.
Yeah, Lewel, should I go up?
Yeah, go find out what's happening.
I will
fine.
escort him
Okay.
in case things get rough.
I guess I'll stay with the wagons if you guys are going.
Okay.
So you make it up to the front wall, and there's a guy who is standing. He's walking away and going inside the central building. Right as you make it there.
What? Is it possible to get a room?
What?
It's possible to enter this Traveler's Inn?
No. I'm very sorry. A private party has taken all the rooms and all of the.
Oh, interesting. I love parties.
They've
Especially
taken
private ones. Is it possible
everything.
that I could come and entertain? My name is Maro Footlights.
Oh, maybe. I don't. They're.
I'm sure you've heard of me.
They're. Well, maybe. I don't know. Sure.
Is there the people inside
You
wanting entertainment?
they might want that. I think they're nobles.
They're nobles. Okay.
Yes.
What house?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
What banners are they flying?
They don't have banners.
What kind of nobles are they? Well, is it possible for our wagon to enter and find out about this entertainment?
I knew you could come in and talk to them. Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay.
So he kind of ushers you into the main room.
My associates, of course, needed to he's got my back in case anything happens.
Right. So your Holt's gonna come in.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna have my scarf.
Your
I'm gonna have my scarf up though to try to look as unrecognizable as possible.
Yeah.
Hood up, scarf up, cloak fully.
What do I see when we get in there?
There is a kind of large, broad man laughing really hard over a cup of steaming hot wine with his associates. A few others around. They're all very nicely dressed, clearly upper class Waterdavians, and they kind of look at you briefly as you enter, and it's like, oh, look what the cat's allowed in, says one of them, commenting on you as you come inside.
I talked to the guy who let me in. I'm like, how dare you let them refer to you as a cat? That's disgusting.
They all
stick up for yourself.
They all laugh pretty hard.
Hello,
says,
gentlemen. Let me introduce myself.
Hello.
I am Maro Footlights, extraordinaire star of the theater and stage from that place that I'm from.
Baldur's Gate.
Am I from Baldur's Gate? I forgot.
That's what you're.
Yeah, I'm from Baldur's Gate. Yes, of course.
One of them kind of looks you up and down and says, "Doesn't look like much of a star of the stage to me."
Well,
and they all cackle.
I've been traveling for many a good long while, and of course don't have the resources that you have at your disposal to keep warm and dry on such a cold night as this. But I have prepared a special performance starring my friend Hoult here, as well as Buttercup, the flying, glowing horse. Would you like to be entertained on this cold night?
Flying horse, you say?
Yes.
Glowing horse, you say?
Yes.
Oh wow, that does sound just too good to pass up. But I suppose, we need our rest.
I see. We as well need a rest on these long travels. Where are you headed to?
Baldur's Gate.
Ah, excellent. It's wonderful there. Watch out for the Peritons.
We certainly will.
Yes. Have you heard of these horrible creatures?
No, can't say we have.
They're body of a bird, head of an elk, eat hearts of humanoids.
That sounds pleasant.
Yes, we fought and killed 0 of them on our trip here.
Sorry.
But we did prevent them from taking the hearts of most of our companions.
How interesting. Innkeep. This man bores me, and I believe I've rented this entire room for the night. Can you do away with him? Thank you. And he turns back to his companions. The innkeep comes up, kind of like looking apologetic at you, just like, I'm sorry, I have to ask you to leave.
How much did they pay? Just out of curiosity.
All of it?
But
500
gold.
They paid.
Interesting. Never seen such wealth. I'll listen.
Okay.
Well, at least they're not cold.
They kind of start to usher you out, and one of the guys at the table is like, "Oh, sleep tight, have a pleasant evening," and they all start raucously laughing.
I'll just turn them and oh my god. They're how far away? They're far away enough from me, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. and say, "I will!" in a very loud and
At
annoying
them?
voice.
That's a damaging.
No, they're far. They're more than 15 feet away. I
Oh,
assume.
so you're just gonna like obliterate the tables
Uh,
and chairs inside the inn?
oh, I didn't know. I thought this was a more like a courtyard.
No, you've moved inside at this point.
Oh,
right?
I see.
Should do that then.
How far away is the nearest table?
How far was the nearest table?
Yeah.
Not that far, right?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't damage his
It's probably not the best choice to make.
I'll use a cantrip of a minor illusion then, and just amplify my voice as much as possible. Oh man, I wish I had.
How many nobles are there?
There are 4 people in this room.
And how many do we think the approximate occupancy of this entire inn is?
This entire inn?
Yeah.
Probably 40 people can stay in here.
All right.
We can totally sneak.
There's probably 30 rooms, and then of course like the common room, which can be slept like literally head to foot with people.
Just asking. Not there at the moment.
I am also wondering.
I feel very chaotic right now. So
What are you gonna do, Maro?
I don't know.
I have ideas as well.
Yeah.
You have ideas as well.
Yes.
I'm sitting out in the cold.
Mostly just finding out what
Wagons.
rooms they're in and making sure they don't have a good night's sleep.
If we burn it down, then nobody sleeps.
Find out if the innkeeper has insurance.
I mean, if
There
I
was an
can't
electrical
have-
fire. I can't do anything
These
about
are like
it.
different nobles from different houses.
They are just dressed in upper class finery. I mean, they don't really have any distinguishing marks about their persons.
Does it seem like they are, I just want to see if they're like peers in a way, or are they all like from the same house? Or are they all?
That's not immediately apparent, right?
Mm.
Right. On the way out,
Do you want to roll insight?
Yeah. And I'm all doing this like in a split second, so if if I can't figure that out, 15.
Okay. The clothing they're wearing to you looks more like a costume than an actual like thing you would wear every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. It's
It's changed.
yeah. I pause on like as the innkeeper's like ushering me out.
Yeah.
And I look back at them one more time, and I see that for the first time.
Yeah.
And I realize, are you fellow performers? I seem to see that you have an air of collegial attitude with my kind.
They kind of, there's a half second where they look at each other sort of surprised, and then one of them looks back and he says, "No, and I don't appreciate the implication."
I know talent when I see it, and you all seem to be extremely well at acting the part.
Away with you.
Fine then. By the way, and I'm casting suggestion on
Right.
one of the ones that hasn't been talking.
So, I mean, that's casting a spell. That's obvious.
Isn't that the whole point of a suggestion?
I'm not sure.
What does it say?
You suggest a course of activity and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you.
What's the spell? What's the...
Verbal and material.
Okay.
A snake's tongue.
So, I mean, you'll need to take up your spell focus. You'd need to hold your staff and
I mean, I have my staff with me. I haven't done anything with it.
channel magic through it, though.
That might be noticeable, yeah.
There's obvious motion, so if they are familiar with spellcasting, they might be able to figure out what's going on.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna let them think. And I make a very large flourish. I'm like, by the way, I'm pretty sure he is sleeping with your wife.
Okay.
And I'll leave the room.
What's the save?
14.
Okay.
Have a good day. Enjoy your rest and your repast.
Yeah, they kind of silently watch you leave.
I'm going to speak to the innkeeper when we're kind of out of earshot.
Yeah.
And whisper, if you're under duress, blink twice.
Says, what?
What does duress mean? How many times do I blink if I don't know what duress means?
Do I just not blink at all now?
Try not to blink.
Okay. If these gentlemen are causing you and yours undue harm, blink twice.
They've not hurt me at all.
If they do decide to cause you and yours undue harm, I am just outside on the other side of the road.
Okay.
I am trying to imply
Yeah, no,
I will
no.
come help you if these guys start beating you up.
He gets it, but he doesn't seem to understand. Like, to him, this situation is just like, these
stupid
guys are
nobles
assholes,
bought the
but
entire
they
inn.
paid.
Rather than if they get too rowdy, let me know. I was a bouncer in my previous profession or something.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
We'll walk back. And
So, as you're leaving, one of the guys appears from like one of the higher windows, like on the second floor of the inn, and starts yelling, like jokes about, we would care that you're going to get muddy out there, but you're so muddy already, and all kinds of things like that at the caravan.
one of the guys from inside there?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yep.
I said good day, sir. Am I outside now? Can I do Thunder Wave now?
I guess you could.
No, I'll just keep walking.
Okay. So
Professional
it's
courtesy.
gonna be a terribly miserable night.
How many of them are there?
We've had
So
several.
they get back and
Four.
I guess explain this whole.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you the whole story. I'm like, wow, these 4 guys. I'm pretty sure they were making it all up, but they had the gold apparently.
There's only 4 of them?
There's only 4 of them. They bought the whole place.
Let's sneak into one of the rooms that they're not sleeping in.
I'm
How
so
many
tempted.
guards they have with them?
None. As
None
far
that
as
we
I can
could
tell.
see. I like the sneaking in idea, though.
Wait,
I'm
you said
more
they were
interested in
going
sneaking
to-
in to
They
mess
said
with
they were
them
going to-
more so than sleep in a room.
Baldur's Gate.
4 nobles by themselves without guards.
I don't think they're nobles.
That's fishy.
It's certainly suspicious, but it doesn't. They didn't seem to be in line with our or in conflict with any of the things that we were doing. So I didn't want to make too big of a stink of it. But they were really assholes.
How many people are in the caravan?
In the entire caravan?
Yeah.
Well, there's 30 wagons. Say
It's quite a few.
Caledryn's just like, there's more of us than there are of them. We can
Eh.
probably pay the innkeep even if they want their money back.
we've got enough tarps.
I don't want to sleep outside.
We've slept outside for the last.
Caledryn, I'm in
Yes.
favor of going back if you would like to accompany and make a counter offer to the
Sure, my
innkeeper.
counter offer is we go back inside and sit down. What are they going to do?
Sounds good to me. Hekabe, would you like to join us
Oh,
on this
shit.
situation?
Oh shit! I rolled
See,
my
and-
sleeves.
And I walked out of there thinking I would tell the story to you guys and think, be so funny, ha ha ha.
No. Here's what we're gonna
Didn't
do.
realize that I'd be starting a fight.
We're gonna go in. We're gonna sit down. We're just here for dinner
I think.
and
you
see
guys
what
got
they
kicked
do.
out
And see what they do then.
entirely. No.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
the innkeeper ushered us out because the guy was a jerk.
How much is how much to rent a room for the night typically in like an inn
Not,
like this?
not that much.
Not that much.
I'm not sure exactly, but silver, a handful of silver at most.
So like we probably think we have enough, even if these guys are like, rah rah rah, we want our money back from the innkeep.
Yeah.
We could actually just pay for like, we have the expendable income to do what they just did.
It's very plausible. I mean,
Okay.
that realistically, that's what would happen, right? This caravan
Yeah.
would show up, and you would take up 3/4 to most of the whole place.
All right. Yeah, Caledryn's like, I'm going back in. It's cold out here. I'll sleep on the ground again.
I'll go back in with them.
Okay.
I'll report to Luel as well and tell her what's happening.
Right. Lul's like, it's obnoxious, but just put up with it. Nobles are annoying enough as it is.
Well, at
Well,
least
that's
No need to antagonize them.
I'm not sure they were nobles. That's the thing.
Does it matter?
No.
Is there a difference between people who think they're nobles and people who actually are?
As long as they're not being nefarious, and as far as I can tell, they have no designs on your goods. So I'm with you.
Done. That was easy. I'm going to sleep. She walks away.
Can I get you anything? Steamed milk?
Nope.
Mulled wine?
Nope.
Foot rub?
Nope.
All right.
So as you are going back towards the inn, Caledryn, there is a group of 5 or 6 other people coming from the caravan in that direction too.
Okay.
I make sure on the way there, I pick up a nice handful of mud.
And among them is a guy who's been with the caravan who you haven't had that much interaction with, other than to marvel at his size. He's over 7 feet tall. He's a human. He's the tallest person you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, just huge. He's some kind of guy. He's some kind of warrior from east of here. His name is Soulless Dog, but people just call him the Pole.
The bowl.
Yeah.
Soul's dog?
Soulless Dog. And he has gathered up a group of other guards with him, including a couple of the dwarves and some of the other guards you've met. And they kind of like you basically converge as you are reaching the gate.
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he says, "What are you doing?"
Want a hot meal?
That is my intent.
Same here.
Good. Kind of keeps walking forward.
Yep.
So you all just like spill into this place.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not more than a couple of moments that all of the nobles are just kind of eyeing you like, what are you doing in here? And one of them's like, "Oh, the dogs are back to beg for more." And the innkeeper comes out moments later and starts kind of apologetically explaining to you like, "I'm sorry, they've bought out the entire inn for the night.
We're just here for dinner.
They've bought out everything. I can't do anything for you. I can sell you some food out of the kitchen."
Sure. Bring us the food. We'll sit here.
I'm sorry, they have bought out the common room as well.
That's
How much did they pay you for it?
They've paid. I'm sorry.
I'll pay you more.
That doesn't matter. My rates don't change.
This one's got integrity.
You hear a voice from far away be like, "Jingle your coin purse. See how much integrity he has." Actually, I'm teaching a long nose
How to read
at this point. I'm
Yeah.
like, screw this. Long nose, I'll be right back.
Though he seems more interested in talking about like gossiping about people's juicy secrets and things like that.
I love it. I want to hear more, but I have to go see what my friends are doing. I'll be right back.
Caledryn's will look at the innkeep and, in a rather intimidating manner, like, "All right, well, we have to sleep outside tonight. At least you can bring us a hot meal." And he'll
Okay.
try to be a little intimidating. And 12.
Okay, so he kind of looks at you, looks at the guys on the other side, the nobles on the other side of the room, stands up, and he's just like, I'm sorry, you have to leave. I could sell you food out of the kitchen door. And he kind of walks, he vacates the room.
All right.
Do I spy the one that heckled us from the...
Totally, yeah.
I'm gonna take that handful.
They're all
anyway.
standing, staring at the group of you.
Caledryn sits down at a table.
You're holding a pile of mud. What are
I
you
hold
gonna
a
do?
pile of mud. I'm totally gonna throw it at that fucker.
Okay.
I throw with all my might. I even get as close as possible to make sure I don't miss first.
Okay.
And I go-
Are you being like secretive about this at all? Or are you just like, I have a handful of mud, fuck this guy?
Yep.
Okay.
And I even say,
no.
"Hey, Fancy Pants!" before I
Throw it.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
So make an attack roll. Dex.
That is a 14.
Okay. You throw it, and he actually turns out of the way of it, like rapidly, and it whips past him and smacks into the wall behind him.
Okay.
And they all stand and draw swords.
Fuck it, I got one too. Like,
I will ready my bow.
I will open the door and be like, hey, wait! Oh!
that big guy's still with me,
Yeah,
right? Okay, I just make sure big guy's still there.
They're actually all like standing up. They've got weapons out now.
It's that like old like chair skidding across the floor.
Yeah.
Like,
And one of them, the kind of broader, bigger leader guy, steps forward and he says, I'm sorry, is this not clear to everyone? We have rented this establishment for the evening. You are not welcome here. Go sleep in the mud where you belong.
We don't care.
I don't know if you noticed, Fancy Pants, but we outnumber you.
I don't think numbers mean anything here.
You can either sit down or you can leave.
And one of the other guys looks at the bigger guy and he's just like, fuck this. Let's just take care of them. The bigger guy looks at all of you. He says, one more time, for politeness' sake, you can leave. Final offer.
How
So they're a
about
bunch of like finely dressed nobles in just normal like clothes, essentially?
Yeah, they're wearing what appears to just be
I guess-
clothing.
All right. Well, Caledryn will. I guess I'll make a perception check. Just kind of take a look at them. 18.
Okay. The way they're standing and holding those weapons, they know how to use them, right? You also spot every single one of them has a small crossbow concealed on their person somewhere, underneath like a coat or.
Who the hell are you guys?
Fuck it, kill them. And the guy in charge pulls what it was apparently a wig all the way off of his head, and reveals he's bald and he has a long cut down his scalp that reaches down to the bone. Hoult, make a wisdom roll for me.
Oh, good. That's gonna be just straight wisdom is gonna be 9.
Okay, you recognize this guy.
Oh, good.
As?
This man's name is Salizdar, and he is one of the most wanted assassins on the Sword Coast.
Oh, good.
That's
Well, it's a good thing we snuck up on him.
That's the scar that everyone says he has.
Hello, Solace.
And like there's this like you say that as all hell breaks loose in here, and we cut for the session.
hey.
Bar brawl.
Oh man,
That was
so
a little
glad
bit more.
I'm there. Busted him. Hey, wait,
I really sat it in
Yeah,
here.
Like,
I
right
really
when the fight
liked
started.
I really liked the like you arrive and there's like the showdown is already starting. Yeah.
You expect what is like, a bunch of hoity-toity nobles being like, no, you have to leave.
Yeah.
And no, apparently there's a giant fight.
Yeah, I like that.
As a lowborn thief, I never liked me a noble.
No,
Who likes
No,
that?
I wasn't.
these guys don't like nobles
Once
either.
he started
Apparently,
heckling-
they're doing everything they can to give them a shitty reputation.
Once he started heckling me, that was it.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching today. This was a lot of fun. We were the Escapist. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Hoard of the Dragon Queen adventure. If you have tuned in since the last time we introduced ourselves, if you liked what you saw today, please click follow down below so you can get us every other time we're streaming.
Follow us.
We do D&D every Thursday from 2 to 5 Eastern. And if you're interested in catching up, if this is your first time or your second time or what have you, you can go to youtube.com/The Escapist Plays, I believe it is.
Escapist Plays.
Escapist Plays YouTube channel, and watch all of our sessions going back to the very beginning and
very
see all
handy
of the
playlist.
wonderful events that led to this point, including the time Hoult scared off a dragon.
Yeah.
He did.
I so scared that dragon off.
Follow us on Twitter, you guys. What's your Twitter handle?
WM Dogma.
Greg Tito.
So sleepy.
Slicin, SLYCNE.
And Jonathan Bolding. Please come see us, chat with us. I will jump into the Twitch chat after this, answer any questions you have.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Bye.
When
Or for video game streaming like
Assassin's
tomorrow
we're
and
doing Half-Life
the
2.
next day. Oh yeah, tomorrow.
tomorrow
Stream in. We're
is a special one.
it's the anniversary of Half-Life 2.
I'm going to be streaming Half-Life 2 from approximately 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 4 p.m. There may be a quick half an hour break in there somewhere so I can get some food.
That's
but
a lie. We're not letting him
no,
out.
no.
It's gonna
we're locking
be. It's
him in
gonna
that
be.
room.
Shut up, guys! It's my stream. I get to call the shots.
Nope.
It's gonna be pretty much an all-day thing. I'm just gonna see how far I can get in the original Half-Life 2 in basically 6 or 7 hours.
Will you be wearing a head crab?
I will not be wearing a head crab because I don't have a head crab. I
Well,
missed out
make
on
one.
buying one of those.
We're gonna have to make one
Tonight.
and figure out how to make it not your stream anymore.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye,
See you next
everybody.
week.
Thanks for watching.
Woo!